Eggman, the sea monster, and Johnny and Scott are friends. That goofy ass sea monster was hilarious. Welcome to another episode of 3 Minute Critics. I am Eric.
Whew, I am Tony.
Oh man, he is.
Today on 3 Minute Critics, we are going to be reviewing
the
film A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood,
Oh, yes.
rated PG, starring Mr. Hanks.
Tom.
You all know who that is. You don't
do.
have to say
Everybody
Tom.
knows.
Who's
Yeah.
Hanks?
Yeah.
Tom.
T. Hanks. Thanks.
Matthew Rhys, and directed by Marielle Heller.
Yes, and so the story goes, after a jaded magazine writer is assigned a profile of Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers, he overcomes his skepticism, learning about empathy, kindness, and decency from America's most beloved neighbor. So let's get right into this one. We're going to put 3 minutes on the clock.
Skang!
And Tony, what did you think of A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood?
You know, I did not have high hopes going into this
Did
film.
not? No?
But I really appreciated the way it was directed. I kind of liked the some more surreal moments of the film.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the way Tom was directed. I liked the way they brought you in as the viewer into this, because they kind of did this little fourth wall breaking here and there. The scene where they're in the diner.
Oh.
And he looks over at the camera. I was watching with my daughter. She was completely freaked out.
I love the whole scene, the 1 minute of silence.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
exactly what I'm talking about. When he
scene.
turns and looks at the camera as well.
Wonderful.
Overall, I like this film much more than I thought I was going to. I appreciated the film. I liked the way it was directed. However,
okay, taking a left turn here.
Caveat.
What would that caveat be, or
I felt
caviar?
like Tom Hanks didn't capture the essence of Fred Rogers in a way that I think I felt like he felt a little more weird when Tom was doing him than the actual Fred Rogers.
You know, okay, so let's touch on that real quick. I thought, first of all, trying to do Mr. Rogers has got to be really tough, because it is tricky. A balance.
Yes.
And although I'm going to agree with you a little bit that it had a little bit of a creepy feel, I think Tom Hanks did a really good job.
I'm going to agree with you
very
too.
commendable.
I'm not saying that he wasn't
good.
good.
That's a tough role to nail.
As an actor, emotionally, I thought Tom Hanks was great, but as an actor doing a real person, I felt like it missed the mark. And you, as a viewer, he feels more strange.
I don't know.
Than Fred was in real. Fred was strange.
Yeah, and that's why I think it was.
But he was
there was still a good balance
in a human way.
Now,
that was a little weirder.
Let's talk about Matthew Rhys for a second, because now, first of all, this is not what you necessarily think it is. This isn't a movie about Mr. Rogers and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
It's more about the Matthew Rhys
character. It's about Matthew Rhys' character.
Lloyd Vogel.
Right. He's the magazine writer, and it's about him writing this story about Mr. Rogers, which is based on a true story.
And the actual journalist is interviewed quite extensively in the documentary.
And I thought Matthew Rhys did a wonderful job in his role as Lloyd Vogel, as did Chris Cooper. He doesn't have as much screen time,
he was good,
especially towards the end. He's so believable. He's so solid.
Yeah, the performances were good.
And I really liked how they took every cut that they had in this movie, where they transitioned to a different scene. And they did the Mr. Rogers neighborhoods miniatures.
The miniatures. The miniatures were great.
I thought that was wonderful.
San Francisco, of Manhattan.
I think that looked fantastic.
Those were beautiful.
It was incredible.
I agree. It was directed really well.
And I would direct you to shut that car horn down, because
easy.
Yeah, that denotes our finale for reviewing this particular film.
Which means we're going to rate this film on a 5-star scale.
5 stars.
What'd you think, Eric?
I thoroughly enjoyed this. Was it the perfect movie? No. But it was an interesting telling of a story that it wasn't just going and telling the story of Mr. Rogers.
No.
And I thought that was great. They took an angle here that maybe a lot of people wouldn't have taken. They took it from a different space, from this writer who was writing about him. But and then the struggles of this writer and how Mr. Rogers kind of gave him some insight.
Yes.
To his own life. Which
yes. Are you going to rate this?
I am, but I just wanted to say
for the love of monkeys,
wonderful things.
Give me your rating.
I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5 monkeys. Wow. 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed those monkeys, the film.
Those stars.
The film, yeah.
And the film.
And
the stars,
you, Tony.
The monkeys.
How many monkeys or stars would you give this
I completely agree.
film?
I completely agree. The taking a slight turn on the angle of the telling of the story and not going point to point of his whole life was much better.
Yes.
And I really appreciated how this film was written and directed.
I do too.
And performed. And I also gave it 3.5 stars.
It's a solid film. You go into this, check it out. We both found some really good stuff in here.
We did.
You do too.
Yes.
But you're going to have to go check it out for yourselves.
Yeah.
So that's all we have time for on A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. But we have a lot more great movie reviews.
Movie reviews. We have movie reviews.
Past, present, and future. Lots of new ones coming up. And you can subscribe right up here. And check out more of our fantastic film reviews.
Yes.
But until next time, we are the 3 Minute Critics.
Later, yo.